About 25 years ago, I was introduced to the vernal pools at Mather Field, and I realized that here was land that was going to be conveyed from the federal government, from the Department of Defense to Sacramento County, and the prospects for it were that it would be developed like much of the surrounding area. And I realized that the places where children can come and have firsthand experience in nature and learn science are really limited, and their access is severely limited for many reasons. But that we were in a position as the residents of Sacramento to kind of push to preserve parts of this base for future education for children. And I started the SPLASH program really as a way to make that happen, so we could have science in the classroom, we could have kids back outdoors where they belong. It is the place to learn science in situ, in the real world, and make the connections that will put them on a trajectory for a lifetime of connection to nature.
Like you turn your fingers over and touch Sir Hiss with the back of 2 fingers. And that way we'll make sure Sir Hiss stays nice and clean. Because snakes are actually very clean animals. And periodically they shed their skin, and that helps them stay nice and clean. Good job, good job. You know, a lot of people when they...
Don't be scared. Rose, don't be scared. I do not want to touch.
You can reach up and touch it. There you go.
So smooth.
Good job, you guys. Good job. You know, a lot of people think snakes are wet and slimy, but snakes are actually pretty dry, pretty smooth. They're cold-blooded. Good job.
SPLASH is an exciting program that you can take part with 13 lessons and teach your students about the vernal pools with their critters and their habitats that they come from. But after the lessons, you get to go out in the field and look for them. So the kids really enjoy being involved, seeing the vernal pools. They also have written persuasive letters that help preserve the vernal pools as well as meet our writing goals. When you learn about the human impact on the waterways, it helps as well because we take a standardized test that meets one of our NGSS standards. So they have a lot of fun. We do art with it, we make medallions, can make their critter, and they make the critter and their animal they love, and they learn all about the food web and how they're interconnected, as well as what plants are adapted to this environment and why they're so special and rare here in Sacramento.
So the sepals are a little coating, right, to protect it. And the flower comes out, and then when the flower has been pollinated, then who are the sepals? The sepals are still there, right? Mm-hmm. What are they protecting?
The pollen.
Well, the pollen's gone, right? Because the bees have come. The developing seeds will look right here. Do you still see those sepals? Yeah. What are they protecting? The seeds are still developing, right? Yeah.
Oh, Eva Butler is absolutely amazing. She is like a little girl when she gets out here, and she loves this area with such a passion. And I get choked up when I think about the decades of effort that she has put into the protection and the preservation of this habitat out here, and the passion she has for educating the future generations of students.
But turned out it was a lot harder than we thought. We broke a hoe, we got tired pretty fast, but we did manage to just clear one little square patch of grass. It was just basically bare ground. And I thought, wow, this failed as a restoration project. The next year later, I was out here with a group of tourists, and we were wandering down what was the River of Flowers toward the big vernal pools at the end. And one of the ladies happened to turn, and she said, "What's that square pink patch in the middle of all that?" And I turned around, and it was the same place that we had pulled out the grasses the year before. And my failed experiment instead was a patch that showed that the pink checker bloom, the seeds were still in the ground, and if we could just remove the competition, they would prosper. My real calling is I'm a pollinator. I kind of look at this world of people and nature as this thing that we have to better connect with, because we are connected. It's just that we sometimes fail to recognize that connection is real and it's important to us as human beings.
You got a drawing of it?
Yeah, I used paint. I didn't want to use Sharpie.
Can you show us one here in the vernal pool, the monkey flower?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's somewhere over here. There it is.
You found it?
The pink one.
They're different colors?
Yeah, there's pink and purple. This one. This is this one. Where am I pointing at?